the one-day mentality. I really think that the one-day mentality is the ultimate betrayal of mindfulness. The one-day mentality is not even about living in the future, which we should be, holding on to the past. Because right now, this moment, this is the only moment that we can experience. We don't know about the past is memories. We really don't know anything about the future. Boom! I step out that door tomorrow, I get run over. Game over. Doesn't matter how I've been eating, doesn't matter how I've been thinking, doesn't matter my positive intentions. Bam! Game over. So, I see this all the time, and it's really sad. It's a mentality and a way of life. Now, of course, even with me, there's some things that I say one day because that are simple, maybe economic situations where, yes, I can't just physically say, yes, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to go on a world tour today. Well, when I go to buy the airline tickets and just tell them, well, I'm not putting this off any longer, they don't want to hear it unless I got some cash. So, I understand, not everything, of course there's going to always be some things that we have a one-day mentality about. So don't get caught up in the total, like being so caught up in the semantics of those words. Think of it more in a little bit generality. You know what I'm talking about. The people are, I'd like to do, retirement is kind of a big, it's that whole big thing. But retirement is based on one day. Let me slave to the man for 30 or 40 years, and I don't have time to take care of myself. My health's going to decline, and then by the time I get around to retirement age, I'll get to retire. Might even get to retire 15 or 20 years, but are they good years? Are you so broken down from doing the rat race for 30, 40 years, trying to make that cash, trying to pay those mortgages, do all the things, that a lot of people do, that do you really enjoy that retirement? Can you run and play once you get to that retirement? Just things to think about. I don't want to live like that with the one days, and I can be bad about that too, and I can be bad about that just like other people, even with things I have control over, like I'm a bad procrastinator. I'm bad about thinking. I kind of did that for years and years with the drinking and with cigarettes. I didn't really give myself, I've always had I've gone through unhealthy periods, but I've always had sort of a healthy mentality. I knew a little bit about health, not like we do now, but so I always had that, I always knew that eventually that I would quit smoking for sure, and that eventually I would get the alcohol worked out, but it was always something that wasn't urgent. It was in the future, as I lit a cigarette one day. But I kind of kept fooling myself by one day. We can get fooled by this one day. This one day can just be a pipe dream. And it can, it can go from things that we sincerely have dreams or wishes to do that you just kind of keep putting off to where they do kind of become this fantasy, Yeah, to say one day I want to climb a mountain, that can be, but some people do it. I know people that do it. That might be a little far-fetched to some people, or, you get what I'm saying here. There are some things that you hope for, you wish for, you say, yeah, maybe one day that's possible. But there's other things that you say one day on that you control right now. And a lot of people do that with their health. They're living, and luckily, hey, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe something breaks down on me tomorrow and I don't. That drinking or the bad stuff that I did in my past do come back to haunt me. But I think, I kind of was fortunate. I was able to rage hard for a lot of years, and it seems so far come out unscathed. I don't see any signs of any liver illness or any improper function of the liver or whatever. But some people aren't going to be so lucky with their health. Some people, there's people like that, and don't always look for this exception. Don't compare yourself to the exception. Yes, there are people that can beat the hell out of their bodies, that can do the worst things you can imagine, and they're okay. They don't die. They actually thrive. They may look healthier than some people that we know to be living a healthier lifestyle. That's an anomaly. That's a long shot. It's not something you bet on. I don't know. Hey, maybe there's some other sports bettors out there, so I don't want to talk about your style. Maybe you do bet long shots. I don't bet long shots because they just don't pay off very often. So when you have that kind of mentality, like, one day I can do it because I've seen these other people that have waited till later in life to do it. You never know. You just never know, Some people, got back to the drinking. Some people can, you know, I've seen people that have had, I've read stories and I've watched lots of videos and I've seen a lot of where people will, they didn't even drink close to what I did. They were much younger. I remember seeing like this 27-year-old guy that had stage 4 liver cancer he had cirrhosis, and he was 26 and he hadn't really been, he was kind of a beer drinker. So what I'm saying is your mileage may vary. You know, what one person can tolerate for 2 or 3 decades, another person can become extremely sick, or their body can break down on in a much shorter period of time. So, you know, while you're always thinking about, when it comes to eating, comes to your health, while you're always thinking like one day, okay, you may get that fortitude to do it one day, but why not today? Because every day that you keep thinking that one day mentality and put it into the future, this day you're damaging your body. One day. Tomorrow you're damaging your body. And you keep saying one day, but as you're saying one day and have this theoretical, fantastical day in the future, each day you're doing things to break down your body even more. And with it, you know, it's like, if you've got a passion in life, I mean, I'm trying to jump around between food and life in general here, but if you've got a passion in life, go for it. I mean, okay, listen, I have to say all these things because somebody will go to an extreme ridiculousness and say, well, I've got that. Okay, if you're trying to feed 4 or 5 kids, yes, you don't have the same choices that some people do. I'm talking about making the best choices you can within the realm of your circumstances. What I'm talking about are the people that are really, and sometimes they get kind of testy. They're like, well, you don't understand, I have to work for this, this, and this. There's a difference in, and I can kind of see that and appreciate that, there's a difference in the person that's really kind of struggling. You know, they're not she, they're not upper class, they're probably not even middle class. They're working survival to feed a family. They got to do what they got to do. They got real responsibilities. But a lot of people that will say that kind of thing, they're working for that third RV, SUV. They're working for a house that the square footage is probably double what they need. So, you know, think about it that way. Think about it. Life is short, people. Life is short. I mean, you know, hey, I know a lot of y'all out there, you kind of like to tune out and bury, but I read the news. I read the news. I do like to stay in touch with the world. And bad shit happens every day. Just like I could be hit with a bus, something can happen to you tomorrow. You don't get to live that dream. You don't get to do what you've always wanted to do. You don't get to express your passion. So don't wait. If you got things to do, whether it relates to your health, your dreams, your future, whatever, try to do something about that one-day mentality. See if you can put that one-day mentality into practice. Anyhow, hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope your week's off to a good start. See you guys later. Peace.